Trump profits from his own mugshot. India dumped the US dollar, and Sony released their Nintendo Switch competitor. Let's get into it. So Trump NFT cards soar after the recent mugshot and his Twitter return as well. His return to Twitter. So Donald Trump returns to Twitter after 2 years of silence to declare his innocence and post his mugshot. The leading Republican candidate was interviewed yesterday by Tucker Carlson. And the interview was aired simultaneously with the GOP presidential debate on Fox News. And I thought it was quite interesting that they interviewed Donald Trump at the same time, or released the interview at the same time as the GOP debate, because they obviously knew they were going to get more views than the debate. So I actually Googled to see what the difference was, So the debate on Fox got 13 million people tuned in to watch it, and the Carlson's interview with Trump got 238 million views on Twitter. Now, okay, views on Twitter doesn't necessarily mean people actually watch the video. Let's say 10% of people that saw the tweet or viewed the tweet actually watched the video. That's still 23.8 million people, which is still way more than what people that watch the debate on Fox. It just goes to show that social media is the place where people are going now to get their news, because these government funded media, i.e. news on TV, they're just not reliable. They're only spewing out stories that match the agenda of the government that fund them. So there you go. So there's Donald Trump's tweet. He tweeted his own mugshot, and then Elon Musk almost greeted him back, I guess, with a retweet, which is quite funny. So obviously, if you don't know, Donald Trump has an NFT collection. He has a few actually, and with his return to Twitter and his mugshot, his NFTs soared at the same time. So NFT market soared in trading volume as all three NFT collections regained popularity on Trump's mugshot reveal. So Trump digital trading cards NFT shot up 42.3%, and his second edition NFTs, so it's like his series 2 essentially, it soared 3,617%, and is now worth, each one is now, the floor is now worth nine and a half ETH, so just under $16,000. So if you bought one of them before, you've made a decent profit. And then there's another one on Polygon as well, another collection that went up 38%. So crazy. So it's funny that only Donald Trump, as the true businessman he is, could profit from his own mugshot with his NFT collection, which is hilarious. But yeah, he's still, the fact that he's just constantly being attacked by this authoritarian government that obviously doesn't want him to win the next election. But the thing is that they try and put him down, but the more they put him down, the more supporters he gets, because it's just the fact that he's getting attacked, he's getting all these lawsuits and being charged for all these things, while people on the other side of the government are doing things far worse than what he's done or allegedly done, and aren't getting any repercussions for it. So they're just shooting themselves in the foot, because they're not being fair. They're not being, they're not laying down the law evenly for everyone. And because of that, it's just playing into his hands. It's playing into Trump's hands. He's getting more supporters because of it, and he probably end up winning the election next year. And I'm all for it, to be honest, because let's be honest, Sleepy Joe's not doing too much, is he? No. The India dump the dollar. So India have just bought 1 million barrels of oil from the United Arab Emirates using their own currency, rupees. And this is the first time they've ever done this as well. So India and the United Arab Emirates have officially started trading with each other in their local currencies. They used their local rupee to buy 1 million barrels of oil from the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. So the US dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971. So super rich Americans are snatching up prime real estate abroad as US housing slumps. So, I mean, the US economy just is, I mean, it's falling bad. It really is. Like, the stats that they show you don't seem that bad, but then you have to question, well, are they real? Are the stats that they're showing you real? Where are you getting the stats from? I think if you actually looked at real stats, it would be quite worrying. And that's probably why they're not showing you real stats, because people would start panicking. But they do, but people deserve the truth. So, I mean, it's bad, really. So this monumental transaction follows the sale of 25 kilograms of gold from AUE gold exporter to a buyer in India for around 128.4 million rupees, which is $1.5 million. So yeah, they're starting to trade lots of different assets now, whether it be gold or oil, without the US dollar. And I'm all for it, to be honest, because the only reason countries have been using the US dollar is because the US bully them into using it so they can make money from you. So yeah, it's as simple as that. And the US are they're scrambling. They don't know what to do because the US dollar is losing power. It's been losing power for a long time, since 1971, obviously with that stat there. And now it's just losing even more power. The fact that other countries are finally, saying no, we're not going to kneel to the US dollar anymore. We're going to do our own thing, and they've teamed up together and created the BRICS alliance. It's the US dollar is probably not going to be the world reserve currency for very long. What will be, I don't know. But interesting times ahead of us, that's for sure. So India's central bank revealed a new framework for settling global trade in rupees. India is the world's third biggest oil importer and consumer, signed 2 agreements with UAE, United Arab Emirates, in an effort to cut transaction costs and eliminate dollar conversion. So it's good for them business-wise because they don't have to pay as much when, the fact that they don't have to deal with US dollars. The agreements will now enable seamless cross-border transactions and payments and foster greater economic cooperation. India and the UAE are by no means alone in trying to reduce their reliance on the dollar. Particularly China and Russia are keen to dethrone the dollar in response to aggressive US sanctions and foreign policy plays. This trend is deemed the de-dollarization. Some are questioning whether the dollar's days of dominance are over. And here we go. So Janet Yellen said no currency currently exists that could replace the greenback. She means the dollar. It's literally being replaced before our very eyes. Yellen's reassurance follows an 8% decline in the dollar's share of global reserves in 2022. That's another problem with the US as well. There's the people in charge are just dinosaurs. They're ancient. They're probably good at knowing what's happening right now. They're good at lying about what's happening about right now as well. But they're not very good at seeing where it's going and where it's going to be in, say, 10 years' time. Hence why the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971. And I'm pretty sure that was when the dollar came off the gold standard as well. So that makes a lot of sense. Bit more of a relaxed topic for the last one, more of a move into tech. So Sony is officially launching its portable PlayStation later this year, the PlayStation Portal Remote Player. It will stream PS5 games over Wi-Fi and features an 8-inch LCD screen running at 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second. And it's priced at $200, which is quite reasonable, to be fair. PlayStation Portal can play supported games that are installed on your PS5 console and use the DualSense controller. And it also supports the adaptive triggers and haptic feedback as well. So it is literally, it's not really a console in itself. It just streams the games from your PS5 console. So you do need a PS5 as well for it to, for you to be able to use it. You can also stream, because it is just streaming from your PS5, you can obviously still use other media services like Netflix and YouTube, so you can watch that on the go, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, obviously. So it's more for when, say, you go like around a friend's house, or you're on holiday and there's Wi-Fi wherever you're staying, or if you just want to use your PS5 somewhere else in your own house, pretty much. So there's definitely a market for it, because I've recently bought a Nintendo Switch and I cannot get off of it at the moment. It's really, really enjoyable. I love the fact that you can just take it anywhere. I've fallen in love with it. I can't believe I'm kind of regretting that I didn't buy one earlier, put it that way, because it's brilliant. And I have a PS5 and it has just been sitting there collecting dust now, because I've just been playing the Switch for so long. And to be honest, something like this would probably bring me back on PS5. To be honest, I'd probably get rid of my TV, because I wouldn't mind just playing a PS5 as long as it streams well without any sort of lag or anything. I would happily just play all my PS5 games on something like that, being able to just play it wherever, like anywhere in the house, and then obviously on the go, like say around a friend's house or something like that, would be perfect for me. Yeah, I think gaming systems like this are going to be more desirable. A lot of people don't care too much about like high res, performance, graphics, things like that. I mean, I think I saw not too long ago that most people play with the performance settings rather than the like high quality settings. They much prefer good performance over high quality. And so, yeah, to run play, say, God of War on a handheld console at 1080p, I don't think many people will be too fussed that it's not, high graphics, 4K resolution and stuff like that. I think you're more interested in being able to play it on the go, or just wherever they want to kind of kick their feet up around the house kind of thing. So I think something like this is good. It's not really a Nintendo Switch competitor, although I did say that at the start. Because you can't really play it without Wi-Fi, because you need the Wi-Fi to stream from your PS5, because the PS5 still needs to be on for it to work, essentially. Whereas obviously a Switch, you are literally holding the console in your hands. So it's slightly different, but it's, if they do price it around $200, then it's something that I would probably consider buying for sure. Being able to play PlayStation games on the go would be quite cool. Right, yeah, so I'll end the video there. Make sure to like the video if you like this content, and also subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next one.